Everyone, I would like to welcome you today to the first AMA session of Ludo. I'm Sergiu Draganus, one of the team members behind the Ludo project. I'm very excited to organize today to host today this AMA session because basically this is an extension to the internal AMA session we have for updating our extended team on the status of the project. I would like to start with only with a short description about the project, and I would kindly ask all of you to post your questions on Facebook, on Twitter, on Telegram, and we'll aggregate those questions here, and we'll choose some of them and go forward with answers. So basically, one of the most important things that we are trying to offer here is what is Ludo. What and why is Ludo? Basically, at Ludo, we are building the main gateway to the metaverse. Basically, Ludo is the default search interface to all metaverse apps, metaverse experiences, and obviously the metaverse bricks, which are the NFTs. In order to offer a way to easily discover those experiences and opportunities in the metaverse, Ludo is aggregating data across the metaverse from different chains with the main goal of facilitating the mainstream adoption. The problem that we are trying to solve here, there are several problems that we are trying to solve here, and I would like to start with one of the most important one, which is the high fragmentation of this space. Currently, there are many players in this space, and many of them are developing very interesting projects on verticals. But by developing projects on verticals, they are basically dividing the audience between their technical solutions. And for a collector, if we position ourselves as collectors, it is pretty difficult to stay updated and to have access to the latest opportunities across the metaverse. Basically, the problem would translate to the lack of a universal discovery mechanism that can manage multi-chain data. Collectors have these problems, and on the other hand, creators have the same problems because it's pretty difficult to create NFTs or to create apps or to create experiences which are events in the metaverse and to promote them to the proper audience. Basically, the solution that Ludo is providing here is to aggregate the data, to structure the data, on-chain and off-chain data from several different blockchain solutions that are supporting NFTs, to segment it on different collections and to use those collections as the basis of the experiences for the experiences. Basically, a user has the chance here to either identify those opportunities by searching, think to it like searching on Google or searching on Pinterest for something, or we have a very interesting and simple flow where the user is able to communicate the interest. So user will say, I'm interested in art, in sport cars, and in playing games. My expectations here are to I don't know, make more friends, to entertain and to learn new things, and maybe to win some tokens or NFTs. And I'm willing to invest into into the metaverse apps and experiences, either my skill set or my time or my network of friends or my fame or my creativity or tokens or wealth and or other elements like those ones. Basically, by matching those users looking for opportunities and with the experiences, with the opportunities, with the apps in the metaverse, we are adding value for both collectors and users, and for the applications creators, for the NFT creators, for the experiences creators. This is basically a short introduction on what Ludo is. Let's go forward with some of the questions that we received on the social channels. So, which blockchain networks are supported by Ludo at the moment? Currently, on the development environment, we are supporting Ethereum, we are supporting Tezos, Solana, Binance Smart Chain, and we are planning to add in the next couple of weeks several other blockchain solutions, including Elor Network, Terra, Near. So the best blockchains in the space that are supporting NFTs. Please. Okay, so are you an NFT marketplace? Ludo is not an NFT marketplace. Ludo is an aggregator of marketplaces. What does it mean? It means that we're aggregating the data from all main marketplaces and we're listing them on Ludo, and the user have the chance to just click a button and go to the marketplace where the NFT is listed for sale or for auction, or the user has the chance on only clicking the buy now button without leaving Ludo, keeping the same user experience, and the settlement is being done at a smart contract level, and the user basically can acquire those assets directly via the Ludo graphical user interface in a 100% Web3 environment by signing it with his MetaMask or Trust wallet, or later maybe my R wallet and other ones. And basically it will be a similar experience. Yeah, so we are an aggregator. We aggregate all the data across the metaverse. Please, the next question. Okay, play to earn opportunities. How Ludo can help me to earn more? You know, when we're thinking to play to earn opportunities, probably many of us hear this story. I don't know, a friend of us calling us and saying, hey, I've participated to an alpha season of a game, and during a 2-3 hours tournament or testing their platform or doing something similar, I was able to win 2-3 rare NFTs, or I was able to have to get as an incentive, I don't know, 1,000 coins, which might mean $50, $500, $5,000, or even more. And the question here, the normal question is why I was not able to have this opportunity. Main problem is that it's such a big amount of data and so many projects are out there, and the curation, it's one of the most difficult, the information curation, it's one of the most difficult elements. Basically at Ludo, once Ludo see which are the assets that you order, which are the search queries that you run, or which are your interests, you will not have to go through a list of 1,000 projects to see which one makes sense for you. Ludo will just suggest you which are the projects that make sense for your question, for your query, for your profile. And in the same time, those projects are projects curated by the community. So we are doing our best to cut down the risk of investing your time, skill set, and network of friends into the wrong direction, into risky projects. Please, the next question. Oh, thank you. So I see here a couple of other questions, please. Okay, so the pre-sale stage and how many tokens? Basically, we are talking right now about a public listing, not about a pre-sale. We don't have yet in our strategy a pre-sale for the token. The goal is to have a public listing of the token, and this might take place in the second quarter or third quarter of this year. Depending on the market status. This is a very important element. We want to be sure that we are choosing the right moment to make it happen. The right moment where the people are enthusiastic about metaverse apps and experiences and NFTs. Please. Oh, in terms of discoverability, this is a very interesting how Ludo will differentiate itself from other platforms in terms of discoverability. Basically, right now, what we have in the metaverse, there are a set of islands of information, repositories of information, pretty good one for their own vertical, meaning on one website, you have a discoverability service for a specific blockchain and of a specific category or of experiences and NFTs, while on other ones, something else. For a user, for a collector, it's pretty difficult to stay on a daily basis and to verify the opportunities on 10, 20 right now, and later 50, 100 different places. This is one of the biggest challenge. So basically what Ludo does, it's aggregating all the data and not only serving you all the data as a normal aggregator. This means to be an aggregator, to just aggregate data and provide the data on the same domain name, on the same URL. Not. We are aggregating the data, we are curating it, and we are providing you recommendations, suggestions based on your search query or your profile or on your other assets that you own in your wallets that you used when you've collected to Ludo. So basically, this is from a user experience perspective. Now, if we talk from a technical perspective, it's a very important element that relates to the previous experience, like 11 years plus of experience I have at GeoRanker, where we are adding to our search and matchmaking algorithms not only the on-chain data. On-chain data is what most, let's call them aggregator platforms or discoverability platforms on their own vertical are using. We are using on-chain data, and we are augmenting this data with off-chain data. Off-chain data is super valuable, and we already have the full infrastructure in place, and we have around 3 million NFTs right now in our database with full data on-chain and off-chain data. And this is basically one of the biggest technical advantages that Ludo have. Let's call it competitive advantages, because we are taking into consideration both on-chain, off-chain data, and in the top of this, we are adding search and matchmaking algorithms. Please. Oh yeah, sure. Scam filter. Scam filter is very important because we've all heard about people losing tens, hundreds, hundreds of thousands of dollars in different type of scams. And we have two approaches in this direction. One of the approach is to allow the community, Ludo community, to curate basically the apps and the NFTs, the collection listed. So basically, we have a social curators, and the curators are incentivized to have an ethical curation process. And in the same time, obviously, that we have internal ML-based algorithms which are taking care of the other part of the curation process. Please. Yeah, unfortunately, right now, it's difficult to invest at something else than time and experience in Ludo. So at this moment, we ask all of you, we ask the community to join Ludo, to join our Telegram channel, and to follow us on Twitter, because there is the place where we are showcasing the opportunities related to Ludo. What means an opportunity related to Ludo? Means once the alpha testers joining our platform, they start testing our system, and they start getting and they're investing their time, experience, and skill sets into this, and they provide us through their own opinion and perspective on how the things should be improved with 1%, 2%, or 100% of it. We'll take into consideration all those suggestions and will provide incentives for it. This is for now. Later, as I've mentioned a little bit earlier, there will be opportunities to invest to buy the tokens at a later stage, because currently the whole project it's private founded. Please. Yes, what type of experiences? So when we talk about the metaverse, there are several type of things that we are providing after the discovery process. So people can identify NFTs and NFTs collections. NFTs are the bricks of the metaverse. Yeah, in the top of those bricks are being built the apps. Yeah, so the apps are using those bricks, and in those apps you'll be able to find different type of experiences. And an experience might be Justin Bieber organizing an event in, I don't know, in Decentraland. This is a type of experience. And on Ludo, you are able to see when it will take place, what is required to attend to this event. It's a free event, or you need to pay for the event. What are the benefits for attending to this event? Are you attending to the event to entertain, or are you attending to the event to maybe participate to an NFT airdrop or to win different type of things? So this is one type of experience, for example, a concept. Other type of experiences, there are play to earn apps. Basically, this is the low-hanging fruit, where you can discover different specific milestones of those apps that you might be interested to be part of. So being part of an experience, of a playing experience. And this is basically evolving, because right now in the metaverse, play to earn is the low-hanging fruits, and the events are started being created right now. But in the near future, Metaverse will touch basically almost all type of industry. So an experience might be even something like interacting with your friends related to your gym session or something like this. What it's very important to mention, and I should clarify this since this moment, there is a public understanding about the metaverse that this is only a VR or a virtual reality or augmented reality type of experience. The truth is here that the metaverse, it's much more than this, and the type of experience that the experiences that you'll be able to identify on Ludo are much wider than this. And I will give you a few examples. First of all, people think it's only related to the VR because obviously of Facebook, who changed the name to Meta and who promoted their Facebook Quest headsets, VR headset, and everyone thinks that, oh, the metaverse is something where someone will just connect us to a network and will interact each other. No. This is a part of the metaverse. Hopefully, it's not for connecting and keeping us there to become human batteries. I'm joking, obviously, but the metaverse is much more than this. Let's think to, I don't know, to Decentraland. Right now, Decentraland events are being explored via the browser, not via a headset. Let's think to X Infinity, where basically I think 90% of the devices using X Infinity are only a mobile phone, and it's a bidimensional app. It's not a three-dimensional app. So one of the most interesting type of metaverses I've seen was was a book writer, okay, who created a book and NFTs around that book, where the NFTs owners were able to decide what will happen in the future with their characters. So as long as the concept exists, regardless on the technical framework where the concept it's being built, in this case it's a book, as long as the concept is using the bricks, which in this case are also NFTs, bricks on different blockchains, and as long as the community is big enough to have a specific level of liquidity for those NFTs, then in Ludo we provide access to this type of opportunities. Please. Yes. So this is a very good question. How strong is Ludo technical lead? So we are working on this since 1 year ago. What is very important to understand? Aggregating data, structuring data, building search engine understanding and building search engine algorithms, and developing this at a super scalable level, it's very clear that it's not an easy thing to do. What is important to mention related to the first part, data aggregation part, and the algorithms understanding for search and matchmaking, at Jolenker, we have experience of over 11 years of doing this. And there we are pretty well known of being one of the market leaders in providing aggregated API data to some of the largest search engine optimization platforms in the world, from the US, from Europe, and from Asia. So this qualifies us, this put Ludo and the experience that we have from that project in the pole position against the competitors, and understanding how the data need to be aggregated, structured, and so on. On the other hand, we need to build. On the other hand, we need to build scalable architecture. We need to build. We are building scalable architecture that can scale up from 5,000 users per day to 50,000 users per day and to 5 million users per day in a matter of I don't know, minutes. That's why the project takes into consideration both parts, the decentralized part and the centralized part for caching. And in this regards, for the scalability, we have amazing team members, including our CTO, which has a huge experience in everything related to system architectures and DLT technologies. Please. Yeah, one of the things that I would like to mention here, it's also a very important aspect for Ludo is the user experience, because We do think, and our vision is that what will happen with the metaverse is similar with what happened with Facebook. 12 years ago, only few of my friends were using Facebook. Actually, I think I've joined Facebook with my personal account, I think around 11 years and a half ago. So not so many people were using. Right now, all grannies are using Facebook to interact with their nephews or with their kids. You know, this is happening right now. In the same way, 5 to 10 years from now, all grannies will use the metaverse and will use NFTs and will be part from different type of experiences without knowing they are called NFTs or metaverses to interact with the one they love. So with this vision in mind, we are creating the platform with an amazing user experience that should create that should be understood very easy by any person regardless their technical skill set. So we are not creating a project for super technical persons who understand how to code blockchain technologies. Not. We are thinking to Ludo as the entrance gateway for the newcomers into the metaverse. One of the elements that we'll showcase in one of our future AMA session, it's infinity scroll functionality. Think to it like something similar with Pinterest, where basically you are able to scroll as long as you like and to discover more and more and more opportunities. From a technical perspective, to be able to load hundreds or thousands of NFTs in real time at the image size of your device, this is a pretty challenging technical solution. This is one of the hundreds of challenges that we have from a technical solution, but we are solving each of them step by step. But this is an amazing functionality. Yeah, please. Okay, so the question: do we have an agreement on professional artists? This is part of where we are right now. Let me go back one step to explain what we've built until now and where we are right now, because this relates exactly with your question, Alex. So basically, during the last 12 months, we've worked on aggregating multi-chain data, on structuring this data, or deploying an initial search engine with the first version of the search engine algorithm, and on building the graphical user interface, which offers an easy way to explore NFTs, to search for NFTs, to connect wallets from different chains. Once you are connecting the wallet, the system gets right away the NFTs from your wallet and they are being listed. And you are able, with only drag and drop and with few clicks, to organize those NFTs in galleries, yeah, and to share with your friends. This is what we've built up to this moment. From a technical perspective, we've seen this as one of the most challenging things, because nobody did it until now on a multi-chain environment. I'm not talking about two chains being multi-chain environment. I'm talking about real multi-chain environment. Okay, so where we are now, during this quarter, we are at the kickoff stage of the platform. And by being an aggregator or a search engine or an app store, one of the biggest challenges this type of platforms are facing in the Web 2.0 environment, not for Web 3, is a good balance between the users, the demand and supply, between users and collectors, in our case, looking for something, and creators of content, of NFTs, of apps, of experiences. Okay, that's why during those weeks, we are working on two different campaigns. One NFT campaigns. It's a campaign for alpha passes that will provide our users the access to the alpha environment, to test it, to interact with it. And obviously, this will result in incentives offered for their efforts of optimizing the platform. And on the other hand, we are running an NFT campaign. Think to it like a Ludo box. We think to even a more interesting name like this, where we are working with some of the largest names in the metaverse in terms of app creators, NFT creators, artists, and we want to have a decent structure of in those boxes. Basically, there will be like 20-30% top 10 apps in the metaverse, 30-40% will be, I don't know, well-known, notorious NFT creators, and 40% of it, more or less, will be interesting artists that are creating amazing things. And we want, with this concept, to attract the creators, the brands, the artists close to Ludo to help them promote their creations. So this is the goal with the Ludo box. Yeah. So to help them create their promote their collections. How this will work? Basically, collectors looking for opportunities like this will just buy a Ludo box, and 1 week, 2 weeks later, once the asset will be revealed, they will see which are the assets and which are the use case of the assets that they've bought. It might be art, it might be a character, it might be a magic potion in a game. So this is how we intend to interact with creators at this current moment. If right now in the audience there are creators of NFTs, please go to our Telegram channels, engage with us, and we'll come back to you to discuss the agreements for the Ludo box and for the promotional part. Please. Yes, so basically this is a very good question, holders. When we're talking about tokens and about the token use case, I'll not limit only about holding the token. Obviously, this is a very important aspect of the token. But you see, my nickname here, it's DAO starter. Ludo as a concept is as close as possible to a DAO. 100% DAO is very difficult to create right now because of different jurisdiction, the different legal system, and so on. But we are as close as possible to a DAO. This means that we are very interested in the opinion of our community, and obviously the token will play the role of a governance token. So basically, we will ask the community what will be the futures they are looking for, and we'll get the feedback by using the token, the community feedback. In the same time, we are using the token as a defense mechanism. If you are thinking right now, for example, to OpenSea and LuxRare, OpenSea has worked several years to be where they are. LuxRare come with like a fork of OpenSea, and they've just added a token, and they were able to have much higher volumes because they are incentivizing people with tokens. So basically, we are looking to the token as a defense mechanism for the people to not only for the community to join the project, but also to defend the project against possible forks or possible copy. In the same time, the Ludo tokens will offer access to specific type of opportunities like airdrops or NFT campaigns. And one of the biggest challenges many creators are facing, it's related to their, let's call it, liquidity management and treasury management, and the way they are managing the inflation for the assets they've created. For this, Ludo token will work together with these other projects on treasury management system. As for example, if someone is creating a new project and they have 1,000 NFTs or 10,000 NFTs, and they want to keep a decent level of liquidity in the market, but in the same time, they want to make sure that they are providing enough incentive to their audiences to not drop the token, we will offer via our staking mechanism and farming mechanism the option for those projects without developing their own solutions to manage different systems, to manage the liquidity, and to manage basically the incentives offered to their community for using their tokens. Yeah, you can call it Google of NFTs. Google of NFTs, I think it's the easiest way to understand what we're creating, because all of us, we know what is Google. In fact, Google, when we refer to Google as Google, we're thinking to Google as the search engine for organic results only, okay? But when we are thinking to Google in detail, we're thinking to Google like the Google Play Store, which is an amazing platform all Android users are using. We're thinking to Google like Google Images. We're thinking to Google like Google Maps, Google Videos, and all the other Gmail and all the other functionalities. So let's consider that, yes, we can be called or You can think to Ludo like the Google for NFTs. We feel that we are more closer to the App Store for NFTs, and not for NFTs, for the metaverse. And let me explain why. Usually, when people go on Google, they are running a search query, and the result of the search query, it's usually information. And users are not usually converting to information only. On Ludo's side, because we are offering opportunities regardless of their type, and because it's a much higher conversion rate to become a free user or to attend to an event or to just get buy an NFT, we think that we are more closer to an app store from a conceptual perspective. But yes, mentioning it as Google for NFTs makes a lot of sense. There will be vesting pools for Ludo. If we are referring right now for about the tokens and about the tokenomics, yes. So the tokens are vested. The team behind the project have the highest cliff level, which shows our commitment. I mean, the team has like 0 tokens when we'll do the public launch, the public listing of the token on one of the exchanges. And all the other stakeholders participating to it will have different type of vesting periods. Yeah, this will happen. Yeah, this is a very good question. How will it develop? How metaverse will develop? So the biggest advantage we see in the metaverse. So, and again, not VR and AR, to the metaverse, to everything. Yeah, we think that, for example, let's think to crypto. Let's compare first to crypto. Crypto instruments and tokens and coins. Those are dedicated products for investors, for people willing to invest something and to win a financial revenue. Usually, this is the main trigger of the action. Yeah, that's why the people are going forward with this. But this is a specific category of people. Many people are not aware how to do this. They think that it's highly risky and they don't want to do. And this doesn't resonate with what they are doing on a daily basis with their activity. Maybe someone is passionate about cooking and not in investing. And right now, the crypto space does not offer opportunities for people passionate in cooking, But on the metaverse, think to an event where one of the most notorious person in this industry will just coach in real time, offering real incentives and the proof of attending as an NFT. That's why it's a metaverse, because we'll be on blockchain. Might be on a phone, might be on a VR headset, might be on a book with an NFT in the back of it related to the blockchain with a QR code and an NFT. So we do think that metaverse will touch basically any type of activity much better than crypto did. Now, when we talk about internet in general, internet is, and will be a very good medium of transferring information. The metaverse, especially because of the blockchain and because of the NFTs, it's a very good medium to transfer value. I would like to give you an example right now. For example, I have 3 kids, and one of the things that is happening pretty often on the Christmas time, on their birthday and things like this, the grandparents are asking me, hey, what gift they like, what type of gift they like. So grandparents usually don't resonate with crypto and financial things in the crypto space. So, it's difficult. But right now they have the question, I want to make a gift to my nephew and I don't know how to do this. What I can do right now on the internet, it's information, or I can buy something and send. But this is everything. Think to the next scenario where the grandparents will go to Ludo. They will search gifts for, I don't know, boys 8 to 10 years old. They will have a category or a full set of assets. They will select a category. They will deposit $50. They will create a link and they will send via this link the value of those assets to the nephews. And the nephews will only click a button, select from the category the services or toys or games they like, click, and the settlement is being done in real time via the blockchain technology. So when we are talking about where it will develop, and on the mention that I've done earlier, that all grannies will use Metaverse in the next 5 to 10 years, this is what will happen. And this is our vision about it. People will interact with it because it will be the easiest way to interact, to entertain, to send, and to receive value. Oh, yes. So marketing strategies currently, as some of you already know, we are working with Luna PR agency. So they are helping us. They are helping us in this direction. We are running those two NFT campaigns, which the Ludo box will be a recurrent NFT campaign as a part to our marketing efforts. And obviously, we are joining different type of events and sessions and running different type of marketing campaigns to reach our audiences, to attract our audiences. By the way, if any of you have any proposal, marketing proposal, just join our Telegram, reach us, and we'll take it from there. Oh, price for the public listing. We will not go with a fixed price for the public listing. Basically, we want the community to decide what is the price of the public listing. And how do we plan to do this? Once we'll announce the public listing, we'll open a smart contract where we'll have a specific percentage of our tokens and in the smart contract, and will allow interested persons to just send tokens there, Ethereum or USDT, for a couple of days. At the end of this period, we'll do the math between the number of tokens that we have there. I can tell you from now the number will be 18 million tokens, 1/8, and the amount of money that was sent. We'll do a simple math on this. We'll see the report, and the result will be the price of the token. And after this, we'll offer 24 hours time for the ones who are willing to just get a refund. Maybe they are not happy with the price of the token, and they will just ask for a refund. So this is the way how we want to publicly validate the price. We don't want to say the price is 5 cents, 50 cents, $5 or $50. Not. We'll just add the tokens and the community will decide. Please. This showing our interest of being as close as possible to a DAO. No problem, some chance like it also. So by being this is, you know, by being an aggregator, there are good parts and maybe not so good parts. By being an aggregator, the good part is that the collector can choose among any chain they like. So if they will say, hey, well, I want to do this on Elrond because I like it, because they have a huge speed and they have a very low cost of transaction and it's safe, and I don't want to pay a high cost for the Ethereum fee. This is the user decision. So he will choose Elrond to identify opportunities and to settle. If the user will consider that Ethereum is the blockchain he likes, then at that moment, he will choose Ethereum. By working and by aggregating not only data, but also marketplaces, we are aggregating also the technical solutions they have in place. So if, for example, we'll have another bottleneck for 1 minute or 1 hour on Solana, this will also be present on Ludo. But the user will anytime have the chance to just go on, I don't know, on Near or on Tezos and settle there the transaction in another way. So this is our approach here. The user is deciding on which blockchain and which technology he wants to use. We are not switching user from left to right. So the user it's managing this aspect 100%. Oh, this is a good part, which relates with the marketing question a little bit earlier, because when we built Ludo, we built it with the influencers in mind. Influencers are a key component from our marketing efforts. And let me explain you, let me provide you some more insights on the Alpha Passes campaign and the way it will work. So basically, we've built a tool which is a gamification tool with social proof. Basically, for the ones who are interested to have access to our alpha environment, to test it and to receive incentives this time and more incentives in the future, they will have to take a couple of actions. As for example, just join us on Telegram or on Discord, or just go on Twitter and take an action or something like this. So this is, we are calling it, it's part from our launchpad, and we are calling it a quest. Yeah, you need to do some steps to reach some milestone, and and you will be eligible to claim the Alpha Pass. What we plan to do in the next couple of months is to add much more quest modules. And the quest module can be like, oh, you need to do this milestone in the sandbox, or you need to do this one on Axis, or you need to attend to the Centerland to this event, or you just need to own this NFT from this collector. So what is the role of the influencers in our marketing strategy relating to the Launchpad? Once an influencer, which has the proper audience for crypto, will see that, oh, look, Sandbox has another pass for their latest release, and they are offering very interesting incentives for the ones bringing users to them and converting users to them. And what the influencers can do, other than going on TikTok or on YouTube and posting a clip, because when you post a clip with a referral link, it's already good. There are already things happening, but you cannot settle instantly. You cannot track what milestones are being reached by which users and how you can improve the user conversion rate to finalize the whole milestone, the whole quest. So basically, we are offering influencer an easy way to create quests on the Launchpad. So the influencers will create quests related to any type of activity, event, and experience they like, to any type of NFT related asset. With drag and drop, they create a simple quest, and after they share this quest with their audiences. Once the users from their audiences are completing that quest, the settlement starts from the apps creator, NFT creators, the incentivizers, yeah, who are paying for this to happen, going to the influencers, where influencers get a cut in real time, and the other part of the deal is going to their audiences, brought on the project by the influencer. So we are creating for the influencers, very important thing, another channel. They have YouTube, they have TikTok, they have several others. Will be the influencers' main channel for NFT and Metaverse. Please. Okay, to promote the project right now, make sure that you join our social channels. Make sure that you are following us. Make sure that you are applying for alpha passes. Make sure that you follow all the opportunities that we are listing in the next period of time, and just share it with your friends. Currently, there is not some sort of referrer of affiliation, because with this question you are positioning yourself like, I'm an influencer, how can I promote the project? The answer for this is right now, just stay tuned and get updates and share with the ones you want. And as soon as we bring the Launchpad app and you are an influencer, send us a message from now and we'll be the ones contacting you back to be part of what I've just described a little bit earlier from those quests. 100%. This is our goal, to work with as many networks as possible that are supporting NFTs. Because as we all know, if someone is a fan of a network and they are invested in that network, they would like to play on that network, they would like to earn on that network, they would like to learn, to interact, to do anything on that network. because as long as they are invested there, they believe in the technology behind that network and not in other technologies. So that's why we are going to bring most technology providers that are supporting NFTs and Metaverse apps. Oh, good question. How is Ludo different from the graph? The graph is an amazing system, and the graph is an amazing data aggregator, and they did an amazing thing there. But I will not compare with the graph, especially. I will compare with the data aggregator, because a data aggregator is what I've done in the last 11 years, in the past 11 years at GeoRanker. This means we get the data from 20, 30 different sources. We put this data in a database, and we are offering API access to third parties to get this data and to build nice reports out of it, or to provide the service for their audiences. So right now on the market, there are several players which are being positioned as an aggregator. Basically, the aggregator is the first layer. The aggregation part is the first layer of Ludo. In the top of it, we are bringing the matchmaking system and the search engine. And in the top of the matchmaking system and search engine, we have the launch pads, and we have the ads part, and we have the app, the matchmaking with the app store. And we have, basically, let's think like this to Ludo. You can look to Ludo like to the main board of a computer where different suppliers are bringing their own technology, like the audio card and the video one and all the others. And on each of those ones are the CPUs and ventilators and all those elements. So think to Ludo like being the main board of the metaverse, where all verticals, projects, apps, developers, experiences, and NFTs can connect, and they can benefit on the user base that we are bringing on Ludo, incentivizing, and keeping in the Ludo pool. Please. Referring to it as a social network makes sense because we have social actions on Ludo. I mean, the users, we are using the social actions for the users to interact, to be able to curate the content. Yes, so I've mentioned this a little bit earlier. There are several other type of interactions that we are bringing here, and we are not bringing interactions only between users, but we are bringing interactions based on specific interest. Meaning, if there are specific type of NFT creators, they will be able to interact themselves. If there are specific type of collectors, they will be able to interact themselves. And how do we know what type of interest they have? This is based on their portfolio. This is based on the NFTs in their wallets they are using to connect to Ludo. Yeah. So yes, the answer is yes. We have the social part. Elrond, what can I tell you? It's launching on Elrond. So let me explain here. If we are talking about the token launch, we are taking into consideration right now to work with several different partners for this, because if someone is an Elrond network, an Elrond investor, for sure they would like to trade the token on Elrond. They would not like to trade on another blockchain, which might take much too long and might be much more expensive. So we are taking into consideration bridging part of the tokens for other blockchains in such a way that the audiences of each specific blockchain to be able to interact with our products, with the launchpads, with all the other products, with the App Store, by using their tokens, the tokens on their specific blockchains, without having to switch the blockchain to another one. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, this is one of the instruments that will release pretty soon, the rarity part. So, all of us know that the rarity, let's call it like this, rarity and arbitrage opportunities in the NFT space. Yes, for sure. This is one of the first instruments that we are releasing, the rarity part. Yeah, even before they are being listed on some other marketplaces. Key partnership that you can announce right now. We are very close to announce the partnerships. We have in our marketing strategy, we have a clear roadmap of announcing these partnerships. What can I tell you is that when we are talking about creators, apps creators, we are talking about some of the biggest names in the industry, in the metaverse. Where we are talking about partners close to the projects, we are talking about partners of some of the largest NFT and metaverse projects around the world. So yes, we'll announce soon those names and blockchains too. Yeah, stay tuned for this information. Oh, how can Ludo preload the NFT so fast? We all like decentralized system. And as we've seen from a technical perspective, IPFS looks like a pretty decent and good solution of storing data, media files of the NFTs. Yeah. The challenge with IPFS is even if they are decentralized, they have a very slow loading speed. So if I will give you a link right now with one collection on Tezos, and I know that 99% of the metadata is hosted on IPFS with few hundreds NFTs on it, you will have to spend like probably 1 hour, 1 hour and a half only to load the images from IPFS. So what is the approach of Ludo? We are getting the data, aggregating the data of those blockchains, and the centralized part that I've mentioned a little bit earlier, we are downloading the images, we are resizing the images on several different most common screen sizes, and basically when you will be scrolling down on Ludo results page, you will just load very fast the images from our databases, from our CDNs. You will not have to wait 2 minutes to download the 200 megabytes image from the IPFS. Please. User-friendly platform for newcomers. This is our goal. We are thinking right now to some really easy to use experiences. So we are cooking something amazing in this direction. I mean, to be amazing friendly and to create an amazing experience and emotion when you'll be using Ludo. So no more questions. So we are up to 1 hour, guys. Let me see on the search. Okay. So I think we went through most questions here. Thank you for attending. Thank you for attending today. If somehow you've missed this Ask Me Anything session, and if you are looking to get more answers related to Ludo, just join our channels, and yeah, we'll be there to Telegram channels, and we'll be there or Twitter. Just ludo.com/telegram or ludo.com/discord, and we'll be there to provide you answers to all those questions. Yeah, it's been a pleasure to host the event today. Again, as I've mentioned, I'm very excited about this. We are creating something amazing. We are working on some very interesting partnerships here. Stay tuned, stay close to the project, and if you think you can add value to the project as an influencer, as a NFT creator, as a collector that is looking for a specific type of instrument, just get back to us and we'll continue the discussion from that point. Yeah, thank you guys. This is. Thank you. See you soon. We'll announce the next AMA session shortly.